Alright guys, so time to put the springs onto the new shocks. So I've got one shock there and I have the other one wrapped up in this bag. So we'll pull this out. So we don't need it left in that bag. If it will come out with the use of one hand. There we go. That gets the other shock out, and I have left the new ones in my bedroom. I'm going to have to go and get them, but actually first we'll have a little look, check out how these line up. Right, so something you always want to keep in mind is that they have a little arrow on them. Is the camera going to focus enough? Yeah, there we go. You can see the arrow in there. It's just been circled. And that, I believe, you line up with the two bolts there and there. I believe that's how it goes. So, what we do is take this nut off, lift this off, take the spring off. I do have spring compressors, but these springs are quite loose. They are lowered springs to lower the vehicle. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll go get the new ones and then I will be back. So, back soon. Right, what's good guys? So, I've got all the stuff I'm going to be using. Got it all nicely laid out on my little table here, my little bench. So, I'm going to be pulling this shock apart and just running you guys through, how to do it. So, got the old shock, new shock's on the next bit of the bench below, so we'll get that soon. Then we've got all the parts we need to put together a bump stop. So, I'm going to go quickly grab a spanner and then I'll be back. So just wait right there, don't go anywhere. Alright, 17mm spanner to undo a 17mm nut. So, just quickly have a weird look, make sure you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Yep, right. So this nut in here needs to be undone and brought off. So you probably know how to undo a nut if you're watching this video. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Nuts off. That means the top of our shock can come off, meaning the spring can be removed, and that's actually all we need from the old shock. So this right here is the old bump stop. So the bump stop's what gives you that little bit of extra cushioning when the shock bottoms out, and so that's why that's important. But we'll get rid of the old one and we can move these to one side for now, so I'll just pop them down here. We don't actually need the old nut either. We'll put that to one side and we can put together the new bump stop. So the vernier calipers I use for measuring the size of the bump stop on the old shock before I went out and bought new ones. So to put these together, it can be quite fiddly, but all we do is take the little plastic ring. I'll even do this a little bit more up close to the camera. Take a little plastic ring and insert it onto the inside of this piece, this rubber. I actually don't know the exact term for it. So yeah, so this can be quite fiddly. I apologise if I'm off the screen right now trying to do this. It is just one of those things where it does take a bit of focus to just kind of peel the rubber around it, put it together. Once you're on, it'll look something like that. Right. Now you take the actual bump stop, so this creamy coloured piece here, and push it so that that plastic bit in there fits into that bottom groove there. So this is definitely the most fiddly part. You've really got to put a lot of pressure. I find putting it in at a slight angle like this and really pushing that helps, and not dropping it helps too. So go back over to the bench. I found that compressing this piece and then just really working that bit in was the best way to do it. It takes a little bit of effort, but that's the new bump stop put together. So that's what you should have now. Now it's time to grab the new shock. So here's my new one. KBY shocks and KBY bump stop too. Right, so take the nut off the end of your new shock. Okay, now insert the piston into the bump stop, like so, and then these open ends here will pull up over top of this little disc, like so, and then you just need to grab your zip tie, right, and put your zip tie around that rubber bit at the bottom and pull that tight. Like so that can't come off. Now the reason there's a couple splits in it is so that air can escape when that is compressed, rather than building up and blowing this out. So just watch those. There's the splits there. I'll see if I can even get these up a little bit closer so you guys can really see a little split there, and there's another one on the other side there that you can get into. Okay, now that you got that, you need to clip the cable tie. So scissors, wire cutters, whatever you got, put it around the edge of the cable tie. Careful not to cut the rubber bit. Clip it off. Good to rock and roll. Now what we need is our spring. Right, so there's the spring, and sorry, there was one other piece you need off the old shock, and that is this little insert here, or you can buy a new one, whatever you need, and that you can fit back on the top of there, and then pull it around until all these little feelers here, 1, 2 and 3, are all touching the centerpiece and aren't folded up awkwardly. That's how you know you've got that on the correct way. And then the spring just fits over the top carefully, and then you know you got that on right if it's all nice and level, flush, so the end of your coil will fit into a little divot, I guess you could call it, in the bottom of the shock. Once you got that on, you can then grab the top of the strut, there's this piece here, and fit that to it by sliding that down over there, and then looking for a little arrow on the top of the strut. So this little arrow is right there. I don't know if the camera will focus on it. There's a little arrow right there, and that you have to spin around until that little arrow is lining up with the 2 bolt holes down the bottom here. So have a look down it, get it roughly in line, and hold it, put this little pusher on the top, and thread your nut back into the top of it, and then you tighten it down and reinstall it into your car. So that's that little how-to demonstration, and probably tomorrow you guys will see me installing it into the vehicle. I'm going to go do the other one off camera, and then yeah. So as always, that's all from me. Please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.